Hello. So in this video, I'm gonna give you guys some life advice. I have some, I'm always giving some, but the videos don't do well. And I don't know if I'm boring, it's okay. But I think the content that I feel like the words that I'm sharing with you guys, hopefully one day these videos get bigger and people like them and they agree. And if they don't, it's okay. You guys can always comment what your thoughts are. That's perfectly fine. So I want to give you guys some life advice, just reflecting on life, on my life experiences of things I've heard from other people, and just in general. If you're younger and you're watching, or even if you're older, you can learn some things as well. So let's talk about work life. I feel like in this life, we are working for a job. We show up every day, we're on time, we're quiet, we go to work, we're respectful and polite to everyone, and you are one of the best employees, you're excelling, your life is just going by. And then you realize that you have the job that you're working barely lets you take time off to do the things that you'd want to do, spend time with family, attend events that are special occasions, and you can't because you just have to work. You always have to work, and the jobs don't care about your outside life. You have to come to work. And when I think about things like this, I'm just like, is this what life is about? Is this what is this what and how we're supposed to be living? You guys comment down below. Is this what we were put on this earth for? And I started thinking, I'm like, a lot of people work so hard for companies. I've heard endless amount of stories. You guys probably have as well. People do 30 years at a job, and 18 and 15, 10 years. That's even impressive at a job. And then maybe one day they missed out on a day and their employer's so upset at them, writes them up. Or they end up getting sick because of just like working so much, or they're just having stress from the job and they let their employer know and their employer's mad and writes them up. Or they just get to a point where they can't even work anymore and the employer doesn't care. And they just say, okay, thanks for your resignation. And they just move on to the next person. And then you sit down and you reflect and you're like, did I not just give this company 10 years, 15 years, and this is their response? Or even yet, you've experienced something traumatic or bullying at the job, and when you let HR know, or just your supervisor or manager know, they don't care. They don't care to ask you how your well-being, how you're doing, are you okay, they don't care. They just said, they don't even respond to you and they just move on. So the things and instances and stories that we hear like this, I literally sit down and I think, and I'm like, it's crazy how you won't miss a day for a job and you show up and you're one of the best performing employees and they just don't care. They don't care. And it's kind of morbid if you think about it. And the more I think about it, I'm just like, people literally need to start putting themselves first. Unfortunately, we do have to work these jobs because how else will we get an income? How else will we be able to sustain ourselves, to pay our rent and do the things we love and buy our favorite things that we see? How else, right? So I understand as well, but there has to come to a point where we're just like, we're literally nothing to these companies. You can let them know that you experienced something traumatic at work. They don't care. They'll either write you up, or if you quit, they literally don't care you quit. They just move on, and tomorrow they replaced you with someone, or someone died at the job, or they can't work because they're on their sick bed in the hospital and they replace them same exact day, or the next day there's someone else in that person's position. And it's like, you'd even send a card to the hospital that I'm sick to say well wishes. And they only have their favorites too at jobs as well. Like, I look at all these things and I'm like, is this something you guys want to do for the rest of your life? Like, a lot of people put their lives on the line for these jobs and they don't care. And I just hate it. So what I say to people all the time when it comes to jobs, I've been talking about this a lot, but what I say is, you guys need to put yourself first. If you feel like a job is stressing you out and you're getting bullied at work or harassing you, or they just don't appreciate you, quit and move on. Well, once you have a second backup plan, like you already applied for jobs, I shouldn't say just quit, start applying for other jobs. Always, you don't have to be loyal to a company, because no company is loyal to their employee. They do what's best for the company's needs. That's it. So while you feel like this, always be looking at new job postings and opportunities and apply. And if you get a job that's higher money, go for it and continue to do that in life. I don't feel like you should be comfortable at any job, because they honestly, no matter how nice these people are at work, it's just work. They're just being nice because it's work and they have to be, but they will replace you. They don't care about you. They literally, yeah. So put yourself first. If you feel like you need a break and you're like, damn, I'm quitting this job, I need to take like the next 4 months off. Quit and take the next 4 months off. Put yourself first. Do not overwork yourself to the point that it's affecting your mental health or your physical health, because it does go into your physical health and then you can't work at all. So when it comes to 9 to 5s, guys, start off in 9 to 5 world, try to experience it, but always try to move up the ladder so you can try to achieve financial freedom. If you have some passions, try to do it at the side and work towards it to a point where you can hopefully turn it as a full-time income, or even if you don't want it as your main income, as an additional income that you can live more financially free. When you're more financially free, you have more time to do the things that you want. Okay, and that's a big tip. Do not care. I can tell you guys stories about jobs I've had in the past. There's a video on my channel where I discuss all the horrible times and why I would never work a regular job again, because of just how people are, and I refuse to make that my reality. I don't want to die and then I look back and I'm like, I hated my life walking this earth. I spent 29 years, 30 years, 40 years of my life working for a company, and I wasn't appreciated. And I barely even lived a life that I wanted that was fulfilling, because I woke up every morning going to a job just to pay my bills. I hate it. And I hope you guys hate it too. And I'm seeing that now with this generation, that they're starting to revolt more. They're like, hell no, no more. And I love it when they say, if someone talks to them a little bit too hard at a job, they're quitting. And I love that, because I feel like go where you're respected. Anyways, that's a really big thing about 9 to 5s. Also about 9 to 5s, hustle. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Have multiple 9 to 5s. If you have a job from 6 to 2 in the morning, pick up another job from 3 to 10. Like, just hustle. I'm all about that hustle culture, and the more incomes you get, the better it is. That's another tip. Multiple sources of income will make you be able to afford things. You cannot rely on one income. One income can be for bills, the next income can be for saving. You can have a third income for spending. It's up to you, but that's a good tip. Hustle and have multiple sources of income. Next, self-love. I feel like a lot of videos have been appearing on my YouTube feed of people saying that social media ruined them. And I'm like, what do you mean social media ruined you? What's going on? And then when I look at it, it's all about their confidence, their self-esteem, their self-love. So one thing I can give advice to you guys, please do not base your worth on social media. People edit a lot of photos. They use a lot of filters. People don't show every aspect of their lives. Some people don't even look the exact same that's on social media in real life. And it's a lot of people who don't look the same because they put on all these filters. So I don't want people looking at social media and feeling bad about how they are. You are perfect in the way that you are. Remember that you're a perfect mix of your mother and your father, and don't ever feel like you have to alter that. Another thing that's really big in this community, and I hope it dies out soon, which I don't think so because it's been a thing for decades, but plastic surgery. Yes, people should do plastic surgery when they want, and whatever benefits them. I understand it's your body, it's your life, but you need to be happy with your decisions to make your life more meaningful. Don't ever feel like you need to get surgery because of what people say. Do you know what people say about me on social media? I'm so grateful, and I have privilege that I grew up in a family where I was always told that I'm beautiful and I'm a perfect mix of my father, my mother, and I look good. And all my siblings always reinforced to each other that we all look good, but mainly it was from our parents. Our parents always told us that we were all nice looking children that they had, and we all look good. None of our siblings called each other ugly. No, none of that. So I grew up being okay with myself and confident with myself, and I'm fine, and I would not ever get surgery. Can you imagine me with my nose done, guys? I don't think I would look like the same exact person. I'd probably look like two different people, and 10 out of 10, if I got surgery on my nose, it would look botch. And I don't even think a more Western nose would look good on me, like a straight nose. I think my nose matches the features on my face, and it just works well. And I feel like the same with a lot of people. There is a rise now of a lot of creators or influencers or just regular people who have gotten surgeries, BBLs mainly, and some nose jobs, and even breast augmentations where they put implants, and they come back on social media and they're like, oh my God, I regret it. I have so many complications. I am botched. I'm not the same exact girl. So when it comes to cosmetic procedures or anything that has to do with aesthetic based tattoos, anything, a lot of people after a while end up regretting it. And then they have to go through the whole procedure again of getting things removed, redoing surgery to fix it back, tattoo removal, because they just regret. And I just want to tell you guys, please, 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 if you can, just love yourself. If you're surrounded by people who make you feel ugly, whether it's a partner or a family member or a so-called friend, remove them and get rid of them. If you don't want to blatantly remove them, like slowly distance yourself from them, because nothing good is going to come out. I've met a girl before, and I met her through someone else, and like from the first time I met her, she was just saying all negative stuff. Oh, think you look good dressed like that? Like, you do look good, but I know you think you look good. And I'm just like, that's so weird. Like, why would I even want someone like you around me? Because I don't even know you and you're already saying shady things to me. I don't keep friendships like that. So you guys have to be able to see the red flags and step away from people like that, because it only gets worse and it does affect your mental health. If you feel like you're watching people on social media and they're affecting how you view yourself, unfollow them. I'm telling you, real life and social media are completely different. Some people look really nice on social media because of the surgeries that they got, BBLs and nose jobs. But when you see them in person, you can tell that they got a BBL. You can tell they got a nose job. You can tell they have fillers in, and it doesn't look good. Just to be honest. And most people in their natural state, they look the best. With their natural features, they look the best. It just matches with the structure of their face. But again, as I said, I'm not here to tell you guys what to do. To each their own, because again, you have to live your life. It's your body. You want to live a life that you feel comfortable with, so you do what you want. But girl, please. And when I have children, I'm going to try and reinforce to them, your natural hair is beautiful. Your body is beautiful. Your face, your features, everything about you is beautiful. Harmless things like getting braces is like, I don't feel like anything is wrong with that. That's harmless. It's just braces. You get what I'm saying? Another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is about budgeting. Budgeting is so important the older you get. Credit cards. Oh my gosh. I feel like finance is something they need to teach in school, and they don't. It's so important to know how to use a credit card and why it's so important to utilize only a certain amount, having multiple credit cards, and why that's important and how that will affect you in the long run in the real world. Budgeting is so important. That's why I was really emphasizing on you guys getting multiple incomes. You cannot live and budget on one income. You can, but you're going to be living super tight. So when you have multiple sources of income, it's so much more easier for you to budget and save. Okay, and saving and budgeting are so important the older you get, because once you get older, you realize that that's what your life is mainly about. Bills. And if you guys can minimize your bills, do it. If you don't need to get a car note, guys, just don't buy the latest car. You don't need it. And you're going to end up probably regretting it, because every month you're realizing that you worked all these hours, your back is hurting you, and most of your paycheck is going to your car note and your insurance. And you did all those hours just for that? Hell no. There are good quality cars that have low kilometers, that were well taken care of, that you can pay in cash. Use that to get you around, okay? And live like that. Live in ways that make more sense. Oh, also, another life advice. If you live with your parents and it's a healthy relationship and you live in a house and they don't ask you to pay for bills or anything, take advantage of it. Use that time to get yourself in order, so when you leave the home, you are set. So if I was living with my parents still, actually, if I can reverse time, I would live with my parents until I bought a house. So I would use that time. If I have to pay off any credit card debt, use that time to pay off credit card debt. If I have any student loans, use that time to pay off student loans. If I end up having a car loan, use that to pay off my car loan. And then I would save for a house, put down a down payment on my house, and once I put the down payment, I moved out. And I'm gonna ensure that happens with my kids. When I have kids, my husband and I are gonna be like, you guys are not leaving unless you have a down payment for a house. And if you don't want to live in a house and you want to get your own condo, down payment for that condo. Like, I don't want my children to go into the real world and have all this stress on them, because I understand. And I want you guys to understand as well, like, put yourself first and multiple sources of income next. Another tip I have for you guys that is so important. Oh, this is such a life hack and life advice. Do the things that you always want to do. If you said that you want to go to Italy and go there for vacation, do it. If you decide today that you want to spend $500 at Victoria's Secret and you have the budget to do it, and don't let no one make you feel bad. Life is all about experiences, and we literally don't know if we're going to live for tomorrow, but you want to be fulfilled in all the things that you do. This is why I always stress to you guys, if someone's making you sad, upset, hurt, get rid of them if you can get rid of them. And I feel so bad for anyone in abusive situations where they cannot escape. Children, young adults, just anybody, because, or even the geriatric community. If you are experiencing that and you can escape that reality, please, I ask you guys to do that. Put yourself first. If you say you want to live in Spain for a whole year, literally do it. Because when you reflect back on life, even if it didn't work out the way you want, you can be like, you know what? I loved it. During the time it was good. So I always say put yourself first. If you feel like you want to get lip fillers, go get the lip fillers. I know I'm contradicting, but lip fillers are kind of not permanent. Like, you can dissolve the fillers, so that's okay. But live your life the way that you want. You won't regret it. And I always tell you guys, experience and explore. The next thing that I would actually say in regards to relationships, I would say date. I don't think when you're young you should make such big decisions in life, having children and getting married. Now, everyone's life is different and God has a purpose for everyone. So I can't really tell people what they can and cannot do, but I would say date. Don't waste your 20s locked down in a relationship with someone, especially if they're not going to marry you after certain years. Date and experience, but don't have children. I'm telling you guys, do not have children in your 20s. I feel like your 20s are for you to experience and navigate life. And then in your 30s, or close to your 30s, like probably after 27, 28, 29, you start finding that person. And then if you find that person that's serious as well, and then you go into the second stage of life, which is marriage and children, do that. I think that makes more sense. Like, don't have your whole 20s locked down with a specific guy and then you haven't experienced anything. What is this life? There's so much to experience out there. And then when you date and navigate the dating world, you'll start knowing what you don't want in a man and what you do want in a man and what you will never tolerate ever again. And things that you will only accept. No negotiation, ever. So I like it. Life is all about experiencing. So that's really it for this life advice. I have a lot more girl chats and chit chats and advice videos. You guys go and watch them on my channel. I don't get a lot of views on them, but I think they're really good. Okay, if you have any advice, you guys comment down below as well and share with other people, because people are always reading the comment section. I'm reading, I'm responding, and I would like to hear what you guys think. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, au revoir.